great matchups, but who knows what's going to happen? I mean, anyone in this house has a chance.
Yeah, I'm just curious to know, like, Aldo got hurt and is out of the Melendez fight.
What happened? I heard about it, but I didn't know what happened. What happened to Aldo?
He hurt his back. He has an hernia.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, training, I think.
Yeah. He found his back
in the fall, you know, like
during the training.
Yeah.
And then they did an MRI and they found out that he had another hernia. So he needs to stay like 3 weeks out of any kind of training.
And can you talk also about your fight against him? You know, is it gonna happen? I know that you're focused on Melendez right now, but is this a fight that you still want?
Definitely. I mean, the fans want to see the fight. I want to make the fight happen. I can't look past Gilbert Melendez, but champion versus champion. I mean, that could be a super fight for the lighter weight classes. I think that'll be like one of the biggest fights in lightweight or featherweight history.
But to seeing him get hurt again kind of make you worry about, man, would this ever be able to come to fruition?
No, because injuries happen, man. I mean, he's young. He's 27, 26. I'm 27. So I think we have a lot of time to make this fight happen. But he has to do it right and heal up. I mean, it's stupid to be a champ and try to take a fight injured. I mean, because everybody you're fighting is the best in the world. You can't. I mean, there's no easy fights. There's no maybe I can get by because he's not going to be as prepared. These guys want what we have. So you better be 100% when you fight, or at least close to it.
What do you feel like you're going to bring to the table as a coach? Is it, technique, or is it more about, mental strategy because you know what it takes to be a champion? What do you think your biggest strength as a coach is going to be that you bring to the table?
All of it. I mean, I'm a champ for a reason. I mean, not only my technique, the way how competitive I am, my mindset, my training, my camp that makes me a champion. I'm bringing all that in, and I think what I want to teach these ladies is that there's going to be. I mean, there's 500 UFC fighters. What sets you apart from everybody else? What makes you different? What makes people want your autograph, your interview, to sponsor you? So that's the mindset I'm trying to give them. Because every girl in the house is in the UFC. They're not fighting for a contract. They're fighting for a belt, and they need to set themselves apart and make themselves stand out. Besides the other 16 girls.
Is there anyone you have your eyes on already?
Yes.
Are you willing to tell us?
I mean, we know all the fights. I mean, we obviously the champion Invicta. I mean, Patricia Torres is undefeated. Rose, one of the great fighters. From seeing them yesterday, I mean, these girls are talented. I mean, there's some girls on the show that have a couple fights that no one knows about they know about them, but they haven't had the chance to expose show the world what they have. So everybody in the show is good.
Who's your coaching staff?
Duke Rufus, Scott Cushman, Daniel Vanderlei, Sergio Pettis, Ben Askren, Matt Gifford.
Is that going to be a rotating cast, or are they going to be?
Yeah, they're rotating. Ben's obviously getting ready for fights, so he's going to rotate in and out. Sergio's going to fill in for Ben when he's there. Duke has to get our team ready for fights. I can't take everybody away, so we're all going to rotate through and give these girls the best coaching possible.
Has anyone given you any advice about what to expect? How are you? Good to see you, bud. About what to expect as you go into this. I've talked to people who said it was the greatest experience of their lives, and others that said, it got old pretty quickly.
Yeah, you know what? I used to be. I'm a fan of TUF, but I tried out for the season. Didn't make it on the season a while back. So after that, I didn't watch as much. So I'm just learning. This is gonna be an experience for me as well. Like, everything that's happening is a process. I mean, my coaching staff knows a little bit more about the way everything works than I do. So it's pretty cool that I got some help from them. But I'm gonna enjoy this, man. I mean, this is once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm gonna be fighting Gil pretty soon. So just out here. Making memories with my team and becoming closer with my team, and obviously meeting new fighters.
Yeah. You mentioned fighting Gil. Have they gave you a date yet?
Yeah, they have. December 6th was the thrown around date, but I mean, nothing's official until I see it in the contract. So December 6th was the thrown around date.
Talk about your opponent, Gilbert Melendez, a guy who's been around a long time, accomplished a lot in many different organizations. Just break him down for us.
Guy's been around for a long time, like you said. He's a journeyman in the sport. He's been a champ, before, so he knows what it takes to be a champion. Fought some of the best in the world. Josh Thompson's no joke. I mean, him and Josh had some wars, and it's going to be a good fight. I mean, he wants to be the champ. He wants to be where I'm sitting at and have this behind him. But for me, it's just continuing what got me here. I mean, just loving my training, loving everything I do, and always inventing new stuff. And I keep doing that, and I stay on track. I don't think anybody's beat me.
Physically, how are you feeling? Talk about the rehab.
Good. I did what the doc said. I mean, he said 6 months no kicking. I did 6 months no kicking. It was so hard to do. 6 months for real no kicking with my left leg. So I just started kicking again. Already dropping guys with body shots. The first session back, so I'm feeling good.
Nice, very good. Talk about this week, Anthony. Really insane out here in Vegas. Just how busy you are and the interaction with the fans. Give us a little taste of what's going on.
Yeah, I got pretty much scheduled from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. pretty much, and then some MMA Inc. parties afterwards. So I'm busy, man, and I'm coaching as well. So they got me working. But it's amazing to see. Like I said, before we didn't have this kind of exposure. Like all these people weren't out here before. All these people didn't care what was going on in mixed martial arts. But now mainstream. I mean, Reebok sponsored me. Wheaties jumping on board. I mean, there's some big brands getting behind MMA because of this. Just because of all this.
Is the Wheaties deal done? We thought it was, but then I read something saying that there's a competition to get on the box.
Yeah, the Wheaties deal's done. I'm officially a Wheaties athlete. The first box is going to be a competition. So all 5 are Wheaties athletes. We're going to find out who's the first on the box. So that's what the competition's about.
How do people vote for it?
The people have to go download an app, and that's what I love about what they're doing. I mean, you have to download this app, MapMyFitness, and you have to work out. So if you don't work out, I don't get any votes. So it's cool that you don't have to just go check and sit on the computer and do something. You got to get active. They're making that active lifestyle happen, and it's cool to see that they came up with that process. It's a little difficult, but it's cool to see that they're making people get out there and work out and get active.
So that'll remove all the keyboard warriors, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many, and I think in MMA there's more keyboard warriors than any sport.
Oh yeah. For you personally, growing up, for me, I remember Michael Jordan on the Wheaties box.
Yeah.
For you, as you look back at the days of when you were growing up in Wheaties, was there someone that you looked up to that made it to the box?
Michael Jordan. I was such a huge Bulls fan. I mean, when it was Scottie Pippen, him, I mean, that was my team. I was in Milwaukee. It's right down the block from us, so that was my team. And when he was on there, I mean, I still have that box actually. Yeah, I think it might be worth some money or something, but I still have that box, and when I saw that was the first thing I thought of. Like Jordan was on the Wheaties box. I mean, that's crazy.
I'm shocked you weren't a Bucks fan. Come on.
I mean, I like the Bucks, but they don't win ever. So.
Exactly.
Anthony, when the call came to coach on this particular season, did you immediately accept it, or was it something that, come off the surgery, you wanted to get back and fight immediately, and this is obviously going to delay that? Yeah,
I wanted to fight. I think I could be ready to fight by August, end of August. I mean, from now to August, I can be ready to fight. But the opportunity is huge. I mean, it sets up my fights perfectly. I'll still fight before the end of the year, so I'm not really worried about trying to get back in the octagon as soon as possible. I mean, I've had injuries before, I've had time off before. Gil hasn't fought since September as well, so it's not like he has advantage there. We're both coming off of a long layoff, and we get to coach the show. It builds our brands, and it's the opportunity that I can't say no to.
And is this injury kind of, fast forwarded that process of training smarter? You mentioned not going 6 months with kicks at all, and it kind of forced you into, I can't go 100% every day. I got to space this out.
Yeah, I mean, I realized I'm not 21 no more. It's a big difference. I mean, I'm still young, but when I was 21, 19 when I first started, I was training all day, every day. I never felt like I was overtraining. Now I can feel it. I can read my body a little better. My problem is I'm very competitive and I love sparring. So when I go out there, I'm always trying to knock the person out who I'm going with. I don't, if it's my younger brother, I'm out there, I'm competitive. So I need to realize that I already have the skills. When my training camps are just fine-tuning the technique. So that's what we're focused on, fine-tuning the technique, not spar as much, not do as much as rolling and wrestling. Just do what I need to do and make sure I'm performing as well. More strength and conditioning than anything.
Anthony, you mentioned that you tried out for TUF in the past. What season was that?
It was the TUF US versus what was that one? Canada maybe, or it was when Junie Brothers' brother was on it.
Oh, okay.
His younger brother was on the show. Yeah, I tried out for that season. And I didn't make it, so I was motivated.
Mistake,
I was motivated. No, I mean I like the path I took. I'm happy with it.
It's a great motivator for those who don't make it in. That hey, don't give up, right?
I gave that speech to the ladies. Like I tried out for the show and I didn't make it, and I mean look at me now. I mean anything's possible, and for me to be where I'm sitting at right now and coaching the show and knowing that I tried out, it's amazing.
Ron mentioned what a large week this is. Do you have any thoughts or predictions on the 2 title fights coming up?
I do. I'm a Machida fan to death. I mean, if Chris Weidman gets through Machida, he's the man. I mean, he's no one else is. I mean, he's pretty much gonna. I don't see anybody
legitimate champ at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a legitimate champ, but he's the man.
Well, some people
there's a difference between
question.
a champ and the man. Yeah. So if he gets through Machida, Machida's an amazing fighter. I mean, he's coming with some momentum, and I love his skill set, the way he fights. So if Chris gets through him, he's the man. I think Machida's the dog. And for the Rousey fight, you can't go against Rousey. I mean, Ronda, she knows how to win fights. She comes with that intensity, and I think she's like the role model for these girls that are trying to fight.